Welcome to Moonlit Murmurers, where the shadows whisper and your fears come alive. Prologue. The challenge. Have you ever tested your nerves in complete darkness? I did. One quiet, moonless night, I challenged myself to do something truly terrifying. Experience 6 of the most chilling horror stories ever told, alone, in the dark. No lights, no comfort, just me, these tales, and the unknown lurking around me. What I experienced was more than fear. It was a descent into something primal, something ancient that whispered through the tales I had collected. Now, I want to take you on that same journey. So dim the lights, silence your phone, and join Moonlit Murmurers as we explore 6 sinister stories that will claw their way into your thoughts long after the video ends. 1. The Frozen Room. Echoes of the Mansion. A group of college friends thought it would be fun to spend a night in Hollowgate Manor, a long-abandoned mansion on the edge of town. The locals whispered rumors of ghosts, time loops, and a room where time stood still. They laughed at the stories until they found it. Room 317. Everything inside was from the 1800s, untouched, unaged, preserved in time. But the clock ticked backward, and the portraits on the walls moved. When they tried to leave, the door vanished. One by one, they disappeared, swallowed by the house. The last one left, Jenny, recorded her final message whispering, "We're part of the room now. We never left." That message was found a week later on a phonograph that had never been opened. The package, Something Lives in the Silence. Mira lived alone in a cozy apartment on the 3rd floor of a quiet building. At night, strange tapping sounds came from the walls. Not mice, not pipes, something else. She dismissed it until a package arrived. No sender, no label, just a wax seal depicting a strange, 3-eyed owl. Inside, a VHS tape. Despite not owning a VCR, Mira borrowed one from a neighbor. The footage showed a static-filled hallway. Her hallway. Each time the camera moved, it got closer to her door. Closer. Until finally, the screen turned black. From that night on, she wasn't alone. The tapping became breathing. Footsteps in the hall. Voices in her vents. The final straw came when she woke up to find her front door open and the wax-sealed package back on her coffee table. This time, the tape showed her sleeping. 3. The Hollow Mine, What the Earth Remembers. In the town of Black Ridge, stories of the Hollow Mine were whispered like old lullabies. Miners had gone missing over the years. Lights were seen flickering deep within, long after the mine was sealed. When 3 urban explorers went in with GoPros and gear, they didn't believe in ghosts. They laughed at the idea of cursed soil until they found the pit. At the heart of the mine was a cavern that shouldn't exist, a bottomless pit lined with bones. Their cameras malfunctioned. Time skipped. One explorer, Casey, screamed and ran into the dark, never to return. The others escaped, but not whole. One kept muttering in Latin. The other refused to speak at all. When their footage was uploaded anonymously to Moonlit Murmurers, viewers noticed something terrifying. At the 14-minute mark, behind the explorers, a pale figure grinned in silence, mouthing the words, "Go deeper." The house on Wicker Street, a family's curse. The Granger family moved into a quaint old home on Wicker Street. White picket fence, hardwood floors, and a basement that was always cold. Strange things began with their daughter, Lila. Her imaginary friend, Dorian, told her things she shouldn't know, how the previous tenants died, where their remains were hidden. One night, Lila drew a picture of the family. Everyone had no eyes. Then the whispers began. Late at night, Lila giggled in her sleep. When the parents tried to leave, they found the doors locked, windows bricked up from the inside. The house had changed. It wasn't their home anymore. A journal hidden in the basement revealed the truth. The house had belonged to a cult. Every 30 years, it claimed a family, absorbing their souls into its structure. As Moonlit Murmurers investigated the site, our team captured one clear EVP recording. You are next. 5. The Rearview. A glimpse of Death David was driving home on a foggy highway. It was late, the kind of late where the road is yours alone. He glanced in the rearview mirror and saw headlights, then a second pair, too close. When he pulled over, there was no one behind him. But from then on, every time he drove at night, he saw a figure in the mirror, always in the back seat, pale, eyes black, silent. He tried everything, cleansing, therapy, even burning the car. But the figure returned. His dash cam footage, sent to Moonlit Murmurers, showed something chilling. At 3:03 a.m., the figure looked up and smiled. 6. The Campfire. What waits in the pines? 6 campers entered the Elderglen forest, where no birds sang and the trees leaned unnaturally inward. They found an old fire pit and a carved circle of stones. Ignoring the warning signs, they set up camp. That night, they told ghost stories around the fire. What they didn't realize was that they had awakened something, a listening thing, a watching thing. By morning, one was gone. Just gone. The second had claw marks on its tent. The third walked into the woods and never came back. The 2 who remained recorded a video, whispering frantically to the camera. It mimics our voices. It knows our names. It's in the trees. They were never found. Weeks later, a hiker discovered the camera. The footage was raw, uncut, shared to Moonlit Murmurers by an anonymous source. At the end of the tape, the fire burns low, and a voice, too human to be real, says, "Tell more stories, bring more souls." Epilogue, alone in the dark. So I sat there, in the dark, listening to these tales, telling them aloud. The silence between stories felt heavier. The air is colder. A creak in the hallway. A whisper, not my own. I'm not sure I was alone when I finished the video, but I had done it. And now I pass these stories to you. From the shadows of Moonlit Murmurers, thank you for stepping into the dark. Remember, the darkness listens. If you've made it this far, leave a comment with your favorite story. Share your own eerie experiences. And if you dare, subscribe to Moonlit Murmurers for more journeys into the dark corners of the world. Because fear is a story best shared.